gastric diseases, and then you can come down to intestinal diseases. Okay, so what is exactly intestinal diseases? The small and large intestines may be affected by infections, okay, then autoimmune disease and different physiological states of inflammation of the intestines. Okay, normally inflammation of the intestines is called as enterocolitis, okay, and which leads to diarrhea as a complication. So that's why we have a very important disease of intestinal disease under intestinal disease is inflammatory bowel disease, IBD. Okay, so inflammatory bowel disease is a group of inflammatory conditions of the colon and the small intestine. It can be divided into two basic disease. One is Crohn's disease and one is ulcerative colitis. Okay, so in Crohn's disease, it affects the small intestine, large intestine, mouth, esophagus, stomach, and anus. Okay, but for ulcerative colitis, it is primarily affect the colon and the rectum. Okay, the weight loss, fistula, fever, steatorrhea is the is common in Crohn's disease. Okay, it's common in Crohn's disease, steatorrhea. Then where ulcerative colitis involve the mucus in the blood, in the stool. Okay, so that is one of the diagnostic features. Now, what is the difference in their pathophysiology? In Crohn's disease, mainly T helper cell 17, the hyperactivation is observed. Okay, and where in ulcerative colitis, T helper cell 2. Like if you are new to this, you can attend to our smart class for immunology, or else we have video topics we'll be posting very soon. Okay, as we are taking also smart class in Google Meet and also the YouTube video. So if you are interested, you can join. You can WhatsApp to our Growell Education WhatsApp number. So then after that, in very important understanding, inflammatory bowel disease is associated with reduction of human microbiota. So that's why apart from the antibiotic therapy, doctor gives lactobacillus supplements, which helps to build the intestinal the bacteria, the beneficial bacteria. So in this case, human microbiota supplement, anything which can improve the human microbiota can be given. Okay, now apart from this intestinal disease, the liver disease is very closely associated with the intestinal disease. We have a separate video in the liver and kidney disease, but when there is an intestinal disease, doctor also perform some liver function test. Okay, like for example, total bilirubin, it should be 0.1 to 1 mg per deciliter, 2 to 21 micromole per liter. Okay, alanine transferase, ALT, okay, it should be 7 to 56 international unit per liter. It is increased during hepatitis C condition. Okay, then AST 0 to 35 international unit per liter. It is increased during the myocardial infraction and the liver cirrhosis. Okay, then you have AST upon ALT ratio. AST upon ALT ratio, if it is more than 1.17, then viral or alcoholic hepatitis can be observed. Okay, then you have ALP, if it is reduced 41 to 133 international unit per liter, then it indicate hypothyroidism, CHF. Okay, then liver failure. Then you have an albumin. Albumin, if it is 3.5 to 5.3 gram per deciliter, it is normal. If it is reduced, then it indicate nephrotic syndrome. Okay, and in IBD, inflammatory bowel symptoms, both constipation and diarrhea is one of the sign and symptoms, and that's why doctor perform colonoscopy. Okay, it's one of the colonoscopy. With this, you can understand the features of colon. Okay, now what is the treatment of IBD? The mesalazine is one of the important drug which is 5-amino salicylic acid. Okay, it is active metabolite of sulfasalazine. Sulfasalazine is converted into mesalazine with the help of azo reductase. Is one of the intestinal bacteria. Okay, and it also gives the sulfapyridine. Okay, it also gives sulfapyridine. Along with that, it is a very well-known drug. Other than this, the new drug is balsalazide. Balsalazide is a prodrug of mesalazine. It is approved in US. Okay, and side effect of mesalazine is urticaria, myelosuppression, leukopenia, neutropenia, agranulocytosis, thrombocytopenia. These all are in within the dose. Means if you exceed this dose, these side effects aggravate. These side effects increases. Okay. Then you have prednisone and budesonide that I have told you. The prednisone being a corticosteroids. Okay, it's an anti-inflammatory because all corticosteroids